A Father's Love, Episode 25, The Uncontrollable. I was at a friend's house on a very important night in our province. It was election night. Dad had been actively supporting a particular candidate. One thing about Dad, he always supports the underdog. Be it in a political arena, a sports tournament, or any competitive space. Dad, why do you always support the most unlikely side to win when they only win less than 5% in most cases? I asked Dad on a night his favorite team missed the playoffs. It's much sweeter in those rare times the underdog wins, Dad said with a bit of a smile. In the months leading to the election night, Dad was busy campaigning for this new politician. Dad attended writing meetings, knocked door to door, made phone calls to garner support for his political candidate of choice. On the day of the election, our house was swarmed with people who supported the same candidate as my dad. The dining table was stacked with food. The living room television was loud and got changed between different television stations to find the latest polls. I couldn't stand all the noise, so I made my way to a friend's house whose parents weren't political nuts like my dad. After a few hours, the breaking news appeared on all television stations. This is to announce that the incumbent premier of our province has won the election with a 65% majority. That's a no-brainer. The premier's popularity has never waned since taking office. My friend's mum said majestically, "Only a fool will support anyone else." My dad didn't support the premier and he's no fool. I said, smiling. "Sorry, darling. I don't mean it in a derogatory manner, but didn't your dad see the polls?" My friend's mum said emphatically. "I don't think he agrees with how the premier has turned back on some of the election promises," I said in an unsure manner. "It's unfair to expect the premier to fulfill all the promises 100%. Some of these things take time. I have no clue about all this," I said with a slight shrug. "Anyway, let me go console my old man." I stepped into my shoes, waved and got out of the house. As I got closer home, I noticed all the cars in the driveway and the street were gone. I got excited that I didn't have to deal with the crowd. Dad was in his room as that was the only room with a light on. I entered his room and noticed he looked normal. "Welcome back, son," he said with a short focus on me and back to the book he was reading. "I thought your candidate lost?" I said with a confused expression. "He lost woefully," Dad said, smiling. I almost choked on my spit. I took some time to get myself together. "You don't stop intriguing me, you know?" I said with a calmness as I recovered from choking on my spit. "Why?" Dad looked surprised. "Your candidate lost, and when I expected you to be agitated, here you are laughing about it. I rushed home to console you, but here you are laughing about the matter. It's all politics and it's a game. No point losing sleep over spilled milk. Life is too short." "But Dad, I still don't understand why nothing bothers you. There was a king called David. His son was once sick. He lost sleep, prayed and refused to eat. Once the son died, he cleaned up himself and started eating. Everyone around him was shocked and asked why such a sudden change in reaction after the son's death." Dad, exactly my point. When you're expected to be unhappy about an outcome, you seem to be happy as if it was no big deal," I said accusingly. King David replied to those around him, "My son is dead and I can't bring him back. I was doing all I did before his death hoping that he would be healed." "I don't get it, Dad. Don't waste your time fretting over things you can't control or outcomes that can't be reversed. What about the outcomes that can be controlled or reversed? You fight like your life depends on it." Dad leaned on the bedboard. I walked out of the room trying to absorb the revelation that I had just got. Is Dad for real? I thought to myself.